Leicester to make another change. Matty Fryatt. Well, it's 1 in 6 games for him now, but they won't mind too much. His strike partner with the shot that took the deflection in. And it's a debut for the on-loan Manchester United man, Tom Cleverley. Real regular for the Manchester United reserves. And if he is able to make anything like the contributions of the other on-loan Premier League players that Leicester City have, he's going to be a fine addition to the armoury. And the run for home, and the race for promotion. Alcock.
I'm not sure about that. Again, borderline. Two players come together. Very, very difficult to decide who gets the last touch there. Goes against Yeovil, as Alcock tries to get that in. That's a good decision. A really good decision and a really good spot. Well done to the assistant.
Davis. Here he goes again. Bit of assistance this time from Mata, down by Oakley. He's trying to put it in an area for Howard to attack.
It's almost super glued to his foot, isn't it, Mark Davis, when he runs with that football. Real skill and talent with the ball at his feet.
Especially on a pitch like this. Rogers. Support from McCollin. Rogers goes to ground in the box. Giant appeal from everyone inside Hewish Park off the pitch. On it, though, the referee, who has a habit of giving penalties, doesn't give one to Yeovil.
Well, it's half-hearted from Luke Rogers, and it's a dive, pure and simple. There's a little look, and he gets up straight away. Doesn't even bother appealing. It's a good decision by the referee, a really good decision by Mr. Williamson. As he cuts inside, he's waiting. Gilbert does well, he pulls out. Luke Rogers waves his hands and says no, and it's good to see. I think he was expecting the challenge from Kerry Gilbert, and it never came.
Nathan Jones, another one of the survivors from the playoff push a couple of seasons back. An experienced header for Yeovil on for Aidan Downs for these remaining minutes. Here's Cleverley, the Leicester City debutant. Mattock twisting, turning, shooting. Terrific goal by Joe Mattock, and that puts this matter to bed.
Well, we thought the first goal a little bit fortunate. Nothing fortunate whatsoever about the second one. Nice, neat, incisive pass in. Cleverly plays it out to Mattock. Little shift, little cut inside, and that is a brilliant finish to find that bottom corner. Still got an awful lot to do there. Little feint and a super curler into that corner. And past Wagoner. Has taken a lot to beat that young man in the Yeovil goal. But that's quality, absolute quality.
He celebrates his first ever senior goal. Well, the way he took that, it looked like he'd scored a century of them before that. Only Theo Walcott has played for the England under-21s at a younger age than him. Really highly rated Joe Mattock. Will probably have played a lot more this season, but for an injury, and be more of a regular in the side. But Ian Holloway certainly used him fairly regularly last season during the run-in in the Championship. Really well taken goal.
Well, Yeovil have got to look for the positives now. They've certainly worked really, really hard, and they've pushed Leicester City, the best team in this division, all the way. I think the thing for Yeovil Town is it's not matches against the likes of Leicester City or MK Dons that are going to decide whether they stay in this division. They've got some decent games coming up against teams that are in a little bit of patchy form and that are down there. Leyton Orient, Crewe Alexander, Teams like that, they've got to go and play against those teams, and that's where survival in this division is going to be won or lost by Yeovil Town.
Well, we said before the game, didn't we, Don, the qualities of spirit and togetherness of what has kept Yeovil in this division last season. You mentioned the narrow margins by which they did that, and kept them out of the relegation zone for the majority of this one. And they're going to need it in the run-in, of course, but they've shown just why. Many people around these parts are pretty confident that they've got enough, assuming they could keep their players fit, the majority of them, and free of suspension as well, to see off the threat of a rare relegation. It's all been upward progress since Gary Johnson took them out of the conference. Kerry Gilbert now, 2 minutes of added time. But for Leicester, a 7-point cushion at the top, and maybe a third goal. Howard puts it wide.
Oh, he loves that kind of service, doesn't he, Stephen Howard? Holds his hand up. Super interplay, isn't it, between Oakley and Gilbert? Brilliantly worked, well-driven cross, and Stephen Howard throws himself at that. It's a lot of power, no direction.
Well, one of the Foxes fans are celebrating the sort of display that really gives you the confidence that you have what it takes to go all the way.
Well, this hasn't been no easy game for Leicester City. They've had to work really hard and grind it, because Yeovil have made them. We'll speak about that cutting edge for Yeovil and the fact that they haven't got any shots on target, but they have been up against the best defence in the league statistically. That's another reason that they've found it hard going tonight.
Also up against a side who haven't lost since October. Just 2 defeats this season. A side that, although they are missing one of their key defenders, Alexander Tunchev, who's been a rock at the back, the Bulgarian, just haven't missed him.
That's a huge testament, isn't it, to Jack Hobbs and Michael Morrison. As I know the coaching staff at Leicester were a little bit concerned. He has been that good, Tunchev, this season.
And all clubs have their injury problems as well. You almost forget that Stephen Clements, the one with a real Premier League pedigree, waiting in the wings. He's still on the comeback from an Achilles problem. We've got a few players who've been out on loan as well this season who picked up injuries, like Barry Hales and Bruno Ngotti. And this is the new look Leicester, and this is the Leicester which is producing the goods as far as bouncing back to the top 2 tiers is concerned. Well, it looks to be doing so anyway. Nathan Jones away. 2 minutes are up, the game is up, and Leicester City's lead at the top of League One increases. 7 points. They're looking good, they're looking very good at this stage in January. Stephen